Good morning, children. Welcome to Little Scholars online classes. Naxalism. This movement was started in Darjeeling at Naxalbari in Darjeeling district in West Bengal. The Naxalites started this movement with the objective of establishing some committees to raise a voice against the exploitation of the farmers by the landlords and distribute it among the tenants. But later on, this movement went on in the other direction from the main objectives. It took recourse to terrorism to prevent any government schemes and welfare policies from reaching the common people. The common people were not able to get the whatever schemes were there because of this Naxalism. The Naxalites started a parallel system by rejecting the democratic system. This movement later spread in whole country, and it spread in East Godavari in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Adilabad, Visakhapatnam, Karimnagar, Bastar, Rajnandangaon and Sukma in Chhattisgarh, Gadchiroli, Bandara, Chandrapur, Maharashtra, Balaghat, then Madhya Pradesh, Odisha. So, in order to maintain their influence, these Naxalites, they established an organization called PLGA, that is People's Liberation Guerrilla Army. This conflict is still going on now also. Communalism. Communalism comes out of the narrow religious pride. The British sowed the seeds of communalism in our country. Means from many years people were staying very nicely and very happily together since many centuries in our country. Many people are of different religions living together in our country with being duly proud of their own religion. But when this pride becomes excessive, it turns into bigotry. Each one thinks that his religion is more superior to the other religion and the other religion is inferior. So, this leads to fanatism, and fanatism is the base of communalism. It makes one forget of national interest. Means the person forgets about our country, it only thinks about its own religion. The people become suspicious of each other's religions. They look at each other like enemies, and they don't come together, they don't celebrate the festivals together. So this becomes fanatism. So as a result, it becomes difficult for everybody to come together and get organized for the demands and rights of citizens. So fanatism makes the perspective of looking at events and people prejudice. Means the opinion without any reason, thinking anything about anybody without any reason. So some people of all religions think that since they belong to a particular region, they have no influence in politics and they think they are given injustice. So in such condition they became too sensitive about their religion, and they become and their co-religion, means the people of their religion. If anybody speaks about their religion, their riots break out because of this kind of thinking, and hundreds of people, they are suffering because of this. Regionalism. Regionalism means having excessive proudness about one's own region. It is one thing that we can introduce ourselves as a Bengali or as a Marathi person. But if I think that I am a Bengali or a Marathi, I am superior to other princes. So this excessive pride or this excessive regional pride is called as regionalism. And this love for one's own region turns sick due to its kind of an excessive regional pride. And it is natural to feel love for our own province, but it should not become abnormal. Now, regionalism thrives on regional imbalance in development. Now, in the post-independence period, some states achieve more progress, some states remain backward. For example, states like Maharashtra, Gujarat, Punjab, Tamil Nadu developed economically, but whereas Odisha, Bihar, Assam, they remain undeveloped economically and industrially. As a result, the states that develop economically can also achieve progress in other areas like education, health and culture. and the opportunities of development available to people in developed states are not possible for people in backward states. Because of that, these peoples are harassed by problems of education, unemployment, poverty, backwardness, etc. So, this in turn gives a negative impact on national unity. And regionalism can affect developed as well as undeveloped states. The people of developed states start to begin to believe that they are superior to their due to their superior history and culture, and they begin to look down to these people of underdeveloped region. So they are not willing to share the benefits of whatever they are getting with these underdeveloped states. So on the other hand, the people from backward area need to arouse their regional identity to organize themselves. For this, they try to unnecessarily glorify their own traditions and culture to prove their uniqueness, and this leads to regionalism. So this is a danger for our national unity, and the evil of regionalism can be tackled by reducing this imbalance in development of these states. So children, we have completed the revision of the third chapter in this session.